Hello, so today I'm going to be showing you how I got this makeup look. I'm using all Maybelline products, so everything is super affordable. If you're a student, look and see if the Maybelline College Ambassador Program is at your university and apply because it has been such an amazing experience. I honestly couldn't recommend it enough. We're coming towards the end of the program, so I've had so much time to really get to know these products and how they work. I thought it was time to make a tutorial showing all of my tips and tricks. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. So first step doing your makeup is apply some primer. I'm using the Master Primer by Maybelline. You want to make sure that you are protecting your skin. This is going to blur any imperfections you have and it reduces the appearance of pores. This is a non-oily formula, so it is great if you have kind of oily or combination skin. This is not going to make your face any more oily. Jumping right to it, we're gonna go in with some foundation. I'm gonna be taking the Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation by Maybelline in the shade 60 Sandy Beige. So I'm taking circular motions, blending out the product evenly across my skin, blending a bit up the ears, and then going in with about another pump on the back of my hand again, just kind of spreading that evenly across my forehead, and again just taking circular motions to blend the product out. So once I feel like I have a nice even base across my face, I like to go in with a brush, and instead of using circular motions, I'm now going to pat it over in the areas where I want a little bit more full coverage. Taking this damp beauty blender and whatever's left on the back of my hand, I'm just going to apply it right underneath my brow bone and then right above the brow because I usually avoid it with the brush because I don't want to get any product in my brows. After I've gotten all those spots, I just like to go in with the end of my beauty blender and pat the product into the skin just to further set it in. For concealer, I'm going in with the Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade 120 Light Pale. I'm just going to give it a few clicks, and then that is going to dispense the product through to the sponge tip applicator, which makes it so easy to apply. So I'm going to apply this right underneath my under eye, and I'm going to take this to about right here. Applying your concealer in this kind of line really pulls back the eyes. And applying it a bit to the lid as well. Now you want to blend this out with stippling motions so that the concealer stays exactly where you applied it and it doesn't bleed down to any areas where you don't want highlighted. After setting that concealer in place, I'm going to apply some bronzer and some blush to warm up the face. Alright, so now I'm going to bring you in a bit closer so I can show you brows. I have a little bit of powder on just from the morning. I kind of go over just the tips here and a little bit at the end. So just to set them in place, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara. This is in the shade Deep Brown. What I absolutely love about this product is that not only does it give your brows a little bit of color as it tints every single hair, but it sets them in place. One side of the brush has short bristles and the other side has long. So this is amazing for really controlling where you want to apply the product, how much, and what kind of look you want to get out of your brows. With the side with the long bristles, I'm going to go and comb the brows a little bit upward, just making sure that I'm painting every single hair there. And then I'm going to bring it in over here. Now flipping over the brush, so I have the shorter side, I'm going to comb out all the way to the tail end of my brow. So now going in with some tape, I'm going to apply this from the tail end of my eyebrow to a little bit underneath my lower lash line. And I'm going to press the tape down along where the line where I need it to stick, but I'm letting this side kind of just lay on the skin so that it doesn't take up the foundation that we have on underneath. Before we go in with the eyes, I want to show you this awesome hack that I've been using. So here I have the Cheeky Gel Blush. This is a water-based formula blush, so it's super light on the skin. It looks absolutely gorgeous when you apply it with just a bit of moisturizer on. It's perfect for a beach day or just anytime you're looking for a little bit of a light flush to your skin. But how I've been using it is a lip stain. So this is the shade number 25. This is the darkest one. And what I do is just take a little bit on the tip of my finger and apply it to the lips. And just look at the difference here between the top and bottom lip. And that's how it looks on the lips. It's super natural. And because of the water-based formula, it's also very moisturizing. I've been obsessed with using that, so I just wanted to give you guys that little tip and trick how to get more uses out of your Cheek Heat blush. So I'm going in with the Nudes of New York palette by Maybelline. I absolutely love this palette. I've had it for a few months now, so I've really had a chance to try every color, and I still feel like I have endless amount of combinations I can create for new looks. Taking this small fluffy brush, I'm going to dip it into the shade Explorer. So I'm just going to be working this into the outer thirds and bringing it above my natural crease in my lid. Now I'm going to be taking this smaller, more precise brush, going in with that same color. And what I want to do is leave this spot right here empty and free of any product. Now going in with that fluffy brush from before, I'm going to deepen this up using the color Globetrotter right here. So taking this color, I'm going to go ahead and deepen up that outer thirds. And as you can just see how that applied, these colors are super pigmented, but also very buildable. What I like to do if I just feel like I blended a little bit too high or anything like that, I go in with a brush that has no product on it. This way here, we're not adding any more product, but instead simply blending, and I just take it across the area and blend with some light sweeping motions. Now I'm taking the smaller, more precise brush, and I'm going to go in with the color Creator, and I'm just going to dust this over the space between my natural skin tone and that transition color. I am done using this brush for light colors, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to mix Globetrotter and the color Voyager together, tapping off the excess, and then going in real close to the lash line and where that tape is, and just deepening that up a bit more. Now going in with this small precise brush, once again, I'm going to take a very light amount of Globetrotter and work this into that inner corner. I want to bring a little bit more of the red tones back into the outer third, so I'm just going to pat this over the area. And then with that fluffy brush, I'm going to blend it out in motions that are sweeping towards the tape, because as I said before, I want to leave this area as free as possible. So I'm going to be taking my concealer and I'm just going to dab this brush onto the sponge tip applicator right about there, because that's where the product comes out. And I'm going to very lightly just pat this onto the center of my lid. And notice how I'm using patting motions instead of sweeping or blending motions, because I don't want the color of the concealer to mix with any of the surrounding shadows and give it kind of a muddy look. I want it to hold the true color of that concealer. So taking a clean brush in the shade Artist and just pat this over. So now what I'm going to do is take that fluffy blended brush from before, go back in with that color Creator, and just sweep it very lightly over top. I'm going to go in with the shade Originator right here and apply it to the center of my lid. Now to do this, I'm going to be taking my finger, because it just applies a lot more pigmented when you first go in with your finger. And you can see how much that shade transferred over. So you want to keep it in a very controlled area, because once it goes too far, you know, there's not really any getting rid of a shimmer shade on top of a matte. Let me just show you how pigmented this color is. I'm going to be taking the color Dreamer, which has a little bit more of a pink undertone I'm gonna go ahead and just blend between those edges, especially bringing it up to the top of the crease. Now I'm gonna go in with the same sort of shaped brush and I'm just gonna blend it out. This brush has no product on it. Going in with this brush, I'm gonna take the 3 darkest shades in this palette and I'm just gonna take one more sweep along this tape. Now that I'm really happy with the depth that we have going on, grand reveal, I'm taking the tape off. I'm gonna go in with this beauty blender, kind of just press whatever product I have on there where the tape was to eliminate that little line. I'm gonna dip this angled brush into the color originator and mist it with some setting spray. And now this is really gonna get the color to come off very pigmented, even more so than it already is. And I'm gonna take this just along the lower lash line. Now we wanna build up the darkness on the lower lash line, so I'm gonna take the color creator and just blend this, and you want to end that blend right about here where we really intensified that shimmery shade on the inner corner. Now taking Explorer, now we're really going to be connecting the lower lash line to the top shadow with the shade Globetrotter. I'm just going to take the smallest dab of Voyager. So I just went ahead and curled my eyelashes and applied some deep brown liner to my waterline and my tight line. Now I'm going to go in with mascara and set those lashes in place with the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I am using the regular dark black, non-waterproof, but it also is available in a waterproof. Can we just look at the shape of this wand? I mean, I have the most straightforward, not thick lashes, and this makes me look like I have falsies on. I understand the name. Now that the eyes are done, I'm usually the type of person that's like, let me just put a wing on that. But I really like the transition we have going on. Right at the outer corner, it's dark enough that it kind of gives the sweeping, snatched illusion of eyeliner. So I think I'm gonna keep it just like this, but you know, if you're feeling the eyeliner, I strongly encourage it. What I would use is the Hyper Easy Liquid Liner by Maybelline. This is such an awesome liner. It is a brush tip and it is flexible, so it moves with the skin. It doesn't tug, it doesn't pull. It just super easily applies whatever kind of wing you're looking for. I always love to recommend this one to anyone who's trying to start and figure out their eye shape and how it works with liner, because the tip of this brush is so thin, so it really allows you to easily build up the amount of product that you want. Because we've all been there where we're like, ooh, let me just add a little bit more, fill it out a little bit more, and then you have like your entire eye with winged liner. So this will definitely help. I'm gonna mist my face with some setting spray. I'm going in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Gold. So now that we're fully glowing, it's time for the last and final step, lips. Let's just take one last moment to appreciate that Cheek Heat gel that worked so amazingly as a lip stain. So now I'm going in with the Color Sensational lipstick. This is the creamy formula, and I'm sort of gonna line my lips with this. And in the center of my lips, I'm going to take the Superstay ink crayon in the shade Lead the Way. Real quick, this has a sharpener at the other end, so you can always use this to line your lips. I just wanted to use 2 shades to give a little bit more depth and dimension to my lips. So these 2 shades just work together to create the most beautiful and flattering mauve nude lip tone. I highly recommend mixing and trying different lip products together. I rarely ever just use one lip product. I always find a way to like create a little bit more depth and make it a little bit more interesting. But I will say the Superstay in Crayon in Lead the Way by Maybelline is such a universal nude shade. This was one that we handed out for the Maybelline College Ambassador program at my campus, and everyone absolutely loved this shade. It looked so good on so many different skin tones. So yeah, this is the finished look. I really like how it came out. I think it's super flattering, dark in the right places. I like it. I dig it. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will link down below everything I used in this tutorial, and also Maybelline's website so you can pick up any products that you want to try out for yourself. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.